We do have some breaking news on the Venezuela oil numbers. Brian Sullivan joins us for more on that. Brian, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Here we are at the Goldman Sachs Energy, Clean Tech, and Utilities Conference in Miami, Florida. And I've got some breaking news from sources close to the White House. You saw the news maybe last night that the president put out on his social media that Venezuela would sell the United States 30 to 50 million barrels of oil. Well, I'm here to report that is only the first tranche, that it will continue indefinitely. So oil sales from Venezuela to the U.S. and the Western world will be more than 50 million barrels of oil. That was not a one-time thing. That was not a one-time announcement that the sales from Venezuela to the United States and other Western nations will continue indefinitely. So 30 to 50 million barrels, which is roughly 15 to 25 super tankers worth of oil, that will continue indefinitely. Here's some other breaking news. As part of that deal, Venezuelan sanctions will be rolled back. They will be dialed back, kind of a carrot, if you will, according to my sources over that. So in other words, Venezuela will sell the United States and the Western world sanctioned oil, oil that would have normally gone to, say, China, is now going to be sold or rerouted to the United States or other Western refiners that can handle the heavy sour crude that is Venezuela. The proceeds from those sales will largely go back to Venezuela or the United States. But the breaking news is that we're going to have more than 50 million barrels of Venezuelan oil by far sold, that oil will be sold to the United States and Western nations, and some of that money will be put back to Venezuela.
We're confused. I mean, that's a different story than we've thought to this point, where it was going to be oil that was given to the United States.
Given to us, and then we were going to sell it.
And then we were going to sell it.
The money.
What do you know? So this is they'll just sell it to us instead of China.
This is all happening real time. This is breaking news. I don't believe it's out anywhere else. I'm here to report it. Sources close to the White House, I just off the phone minutes ago, are telling me that the United States is going to acquire more than 50 million barrels of oil. That is the first tranche as part of that deal, long-term deal. Venezuelan sanctions, it's not out anywhere else. Venezuelan sanctions will be rolled back. This is happening right now.
This is very big news.
What I'm trying to understand is there's a negotiation. This is part of a negotiation. Who has negotiated this deal on the Venezuelan side? How is this even working?
They said we were getting this oil. The president said they were giving this oil to us and we were going to sell it, and then the proceeds were going to be used to help Venezuela and the United States. This is them selling to the United States and other countries sanctioned oil. This is completely different. Are they fixing that story, Brian? Because it was a weird story. We were talking about it earlier. Was it blackmail that they're giving us? That it was
or was it to make up for assets that have been seized from U.S. companies?
Yeah, I've got all three of my good friends talking at the same time. Let me take one question at a time. First to Joe. The story is evolving. I don't want to say fixing the story. What we saw from the president last night, 30 to 50 million barrels of oil, that sort of implied maybe a one-time assumption of that Venezuelan oil. What I am reporting right now from the White House is that that will be a continued source of Venezuelan oil. I don't know the price at which we will acquire that oil, whether it will be given to us or whether we will simply buy it at a discount. There's not many refineries that can accommodate this heavy crude sour oil, but this is oil, and I think Becky mentioned this is oil that would have normally been rerouted to, say, China. This is previously sanctioned oil. Remember, about 1/3 of Venezuelan oil, not all Venezuelan oil, about 1/3 is sanctioned. This is the sanctioned oil that would have gone to China or another nation that is now going to be rerouted to the U.S. or the Western world. The proceeds will be put largely back into Venezuela for the benefit of the Venezuelan people and help rebuild some of their capital infrastructure.
So, Brian, here's what I'm kind of reading on this. If this is the case, if they are now saying that we're going to be getting all the oil that used to go to China, this almost sounds like it's a tit for tat with China saying we're not going to give you any more access to rare material or rare earths, and now we're trying to fix that. But this is a global play for major resources and commodities that are that are here as part of all of this. But it sounds like from what you're hearing is those sales will simply be made to us and to other of our allies versus going to China. And we don't know exactly what the price is for those, but this is not something like getting our money back for anything that's been taken from U.S. assets in the past when they nationalized all those assets.
Yes, I'm gonna give you some more details because I want to get it right here on what sources close to the White House just sent to me. The United States is selectively rolling back sanctions to enable the transport and sale of Venezuelan crude and oil products to global markets. Those funds will be dispersed for the benefit of the Venezuelan people. The sales begin immediately with the anticipated sale of 30 to 50 million barrels. They will continue indefinitely. There is no mention of price. What price that oil, whether it's to Joe's point, sort of given to us.
We thought it was free. We thought,
apologies for the noise behind us.
The implication initially was that for some reason they were giving the United States 30 to 50, and Andrew rightly pointed out that's impossible. This makes no sense. It would have to be in repayment for something, or
that's what we
to
thought.
Stay in power. It brought up all kinds of quid pro quo with whether Delcy made the deal so she could remain in power. I mean, it brought up all kinds of. It's totally different if they're just freeing up what they used to sell to China and now selling it to us and to other Western nations. That's totally different than getting 50 million barrels of free oil and using $3 billion.
I will say this, 100%. You asked me for specific names on who the U.S. is making this deal with. I do not have Adelcy Rodriguez. What I do have are interim Venezuelan authorities. This deal is being made between the United States Department of Energy and interim Venezuelan authorities. The breaking news, we're going to reroute that sanctioned, that's key, sanctioned oil.
Right.
And
Brian,
it will be more than 50 million barrels a day.
Real quick, by the way, Brent down marginally right now, but more importantly, you think about the companies that can refine this oil, and to the extent this is an opportunity for them, maybe we can put some of the big energy stocks up on the screen.
Valero would probably pop on this news. Again, this
That's
is
what I
all
was going to ask.
happening in real time. I don't have any computers or anything around me.
All right, let's just take an intraday of Valero real quickly. Take a look at.
You're looking at Valero. It is
right,
popping.
Brian, it's up by 3.2%.
3%. Marathon Petroleum up about 1%. If I remember, Elliott Management had bought part of Citgo, which I do think was one of the companies that actually can refine some of this stuff. The subsidiary of Citgo.
Elliott Management's in a proxy fight with Phillips 66, but Valero, PSX, Phillips 66, to a lesser extent, some of the other refiners would be. I'm going to have more. Listen, Chris Wright's about ready to speak here at the Goldman Sachs Energy, Clean Tech, and Utilities Conference. Sure. I'll get more headlines as we have them. This is breaking news. And we're going to be interviewing the Secretary of Energy exclusively in Power Lunch live today in the 2 o'clock hour, although maybe it'll happen earlier now. I don't know.
Okay.
Brian, this is fantastic. Thank you for bringing all of this to you, and we look forward to hearing that interview later and getting more details on this.